The Ryder Cup has been won yet again by Europe, but this time it's not just about the victory. It's about the glaring shortcomings in the U.S. approach that even a spirited Sunday fightback couldn't conceal. While America's final day surge added a layer of respectability to the score, it also laid bare the deep-rooted issues that keep them trailing behind their European rivals. But here's where it gets controversial. Is the U.S. serious? Teams' reliance on individual passion and last-minute heroics enough to bridge the gap with Europe's meticulously planned, culture-driven strategy? Let's dive in. Europe's 15-13 win was hard-fought, with Luke Donald's squad barely crossing the finish line. Yet the real story lies in the first 2 days, where Europe's dominance set the stage for victory. Why? Because Europe's Ryder Cup culture isn't just about golf. It's about unity, strategy, and a legacy of winning. Meanwhile, the U.S. team seems stuck in a cycle of leadership changes and inconsistent planning. And this is the part most people miss. Europe's success isn't accidental. It's the result of years of refining a system that prioritizes teamwork over individual glory. Take the captain's speeches at the opening ceremony. Luke Donald emphasized collective effort, while Keegan Bradley focused on his personal passion for the event. This contrast wasn't just symbolic, it was a reflection of their team's approaches. Bradley's emotional, self-centered style, famously showcased in Netflix's Full Swing, made him a polarizing figure. His lead-up to the event was dominated by questions about his own role, creating unnecessary distractions. Meanwhile, Donald and his team of statisticians and strategists were quietly crafting a plan to outmaneuver the U.S. on their home turf. Bradley's infamous speech at last year's President's Cup, where he vowed to kick Europe's expletive asses, became a rallying cry for the Europeans. But more importantly, Europe knew exactly what to expect from the course setup. Bradley's decision to stick with the traditional approach, short rough, thick grass around the greens, and slick putting surfaces, backfired spectacularly. "We tried to set the course up to help our team," he admitted. Obviously, it wasn't the right decision. His willingness to take responsibility is commendable, but it raises a bigger question. Why didn't the U.S. team adapt? Europe's backroom team is a who's who of Ryder Cup legends, including winning captains Paul McGinley, Thomas Bjorn, and Jose Maria Olazabal. Eduardo Molinari, a statistical genius, compiles his own data to predict successful partnerships. This level of preparation paid off in the foursomes, where Europe dominated 6-2, building an unprecedented 11.5 to 4.5 lead by Saturday night. As Robert MacIntyre put it, "We're a big band of brothers." Their unity and trust in their leaders were undeniable. But here's the kicker. Europe didn't just rely on teamwork. They planned for everything, even the hostility of the crowds. "It was absolute carnage out there," MacIntyre said, "but it makes it that much better that we managed to handle it." This level of preparation is what sets Europe apart. They don't just play for themselves. They play for each other, following their leaders without question. As MacIntyre noted, "Luke tells you to jump, you ask how high." Professional golfers are used to being their own bosses, but Europe has mastered the art of channeling individual talent into a cohesive team effort. The U.S., on the other hand, seems to thrive only when the pressure is off. This raises a thought-provoking question. Can the U.S. ever replicate Europe's success without fundamentally changing their approach? As we look ahead to the next Ryder Cup, one thing is clear: Europe's victory wasn't just about golf. It was about culture, strategy, and a commitment to the collective. The U.S. team has heart, but heart alone isn't enough. What do you think? Can the U.S. close the gap, or is Europe's dominance here to stay? Let's hear your thoughts in the comments.